Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. What was that all about? This one coming from XRP Venture here on Twitter. You guys probably experienced the same thing. This is the 1 minute chart, but I think you guys get the point. Price go up, then price came right back down again. This is the XRP chart again on the 1 minute. We saw an unusual pump yesterday for XRP, and then the market did come right back down with Bitcoin. XRP Crypto Wolf also commenting on this. Anyone else annoyed with XRP for dumping alongside the rest of the market, even though it didn't pump with it? And, I don't know, sometimes I got to pinch myself. I got to remember that this is the way XRP behaves, even though it is very, very frustrating. Let me bring up the XRP price chart here on the daily, and you guys can see, actually, you can see it probably better here on the hourly. Throughout yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening, this is the price move we saw for XRP. It did go up about 10% in only a few hours. And then as Bitcoin price dumped, we saw XRP dump as well. So down 12.5%. And so even lower than where we started. The XRP hate by its own holders is at the all-time high. This coming from Nichebucks here on Twitter. Yet unemotional chart and TA guys are the most bullish. Who will be right? So again, guys, maybe I'm considered one of those chart TA guys. I'm the most bullish, maybe not because of the way the chart is looking, but, possibly, maybe for two reasons, okay? I do like the way the chart is looking, by the way. That Nike swoosh pattern still has not broken. The longer the base, the higher in space. I'm hoping we get up past all-time high for XRP, but the Nike swoosh pattern's still not broken. This trend line here is still forming higher lows. So that is very, very positive. Even though we did move up to 74 cents, we have come back down, have not broken past this low here that we saw back in at the end of January 2024. That would have been 48 cents per XRP. So we're still maintaining that price momentum to the upside. And even though Bitcoin is crashing, XRP is, whether you like it or not, performing the way it always has in a bull run, kind of lagging behind. Now, this is the Bitcoin chart. Let me throw this on the hourly for you guys. And as you can see now, Bitcoin is down, quite a bit. Prices we have not seen since the beginning of the month. So since March 5th, you can buy one Bitcoin now for about $63,100 per coin. And that is roughly 14.4% off its all-time high. So again, guys, yesterday I was talking about how Bitcoin can see dips of up to 20-30%. And so we are halfway there, I'd say, maybe 2/3 halfway there. If this goes down further, I would not be surprised. If we get down past this wick down here, 59,000 per BTC, I could see a lot of institutions, retail traders gobbling up Bitcoin under $60,000 at this point. So, and again, that would only be down about almost 20%. And a 30% correction would bring us right back down into this level here of support that we saw hanging on in February. That would have been the $51,000 level. So what is going to happen next? Again, this is a great opportunity for retail traders to cost average into, whether it's Bitcoin or altcoin positions. The market is down now. We are witnessing a healthy correction. And I get it. Everyone was calling for sub 20,000. When we started pumping to 30,000, it never happened. And then they were calling for 30,000. We started pumping to 40,000. And that never happened. Everyone was calling for 40. We pumped to 50. And then they were calling for 60, and we pumped to 70. He says, I personally believe we are at the bottom or close to it. So that is, maybe a good indicator of where the sentiment is. When we get very, very close, I think, to 60,000, we are going to pump back up, get back to these all-time highs for Bitcoin. And we do have to remember the halving has not even occurred yet. So $73,700 per coin. That is the all-time high now. CryptoCon also bringing this to our attention. The Pi cycle top is the most popular Bitcoin cycle top calling indicator that exists. And for good reason. It was 1 day off from the top in April 2021 and between 1 to 3 days off for every top before it. But before that cross can happen, price needs to stay above the 350 DMA2, priced at 70,400 and increasing. It has been stiff resistance in every cycle. The first touch of the moving average in the cycle has typically been the mid-top, so that would be demonstrated here in the purple arrows. But with price making new all-time highs, this seems to be a late-stage retest. Late-stage retests are much quicker and come before the true cycle top parabola. This cycle still has plenty of room for growth. So you guys can see there, mid-cycle top, that would be the purple, the late-stage 350 DMA2 retest, that would be in blue. And guys, we have not even gotten to the halving yet. So another very, very important point to make note of. So I wanted to thank CryptoCon, of course, Nick, Crypto Crusader, Niche Bucks, XRP Crypto Wolf, and XRP Venture just for posting those. The other thing I wanted to say was this, okay, and this I think is, arguably could be the most important point I make here. Mr. HBAR saying top 10 on this day in 2021. Now, you remember back in 2021, that was the hype of the crypto market, at least the first top that we saw for Bitcoin before it retraced down and then made a slightly higher high in November of 2021. But remember, only a month later, that's when XRP hit that inter-year high. At this point in time, so this is top 10 on this day in 2021. He posted this yesterday, so March the 18th. So March 18th, 2021, XRP was still at 47 cents. So just put that into perspective, guys. XRP reached that inter-year high in April, mid-April of 2021. So let's just bring us back here on the XRP chart, mid-April 2021, right up here. That's when XRP hit about $2 per coin. Probably could have gone a lot higher had we not been mired in that SEC lawsuit. And only a month before were we sitting in and around here, 47 cents, give or take. Let me just put a price label in there, 47, 48, 47, give or take, just depending on, I guess, what time of day you're looking at it. So a month, guys, 1 month can take us from 47 cents all the way to $2 roughly, bringing us up 300% for XRP. So just to put things into perspective, all is not lost. Do not get discouraged. One last thing I wanted to mention too was the XRP to BTC price chart. So that is the other thing. Here we are dipping in that level, but now that Bitcoin has retraced, we are seeing XRP moving back up again. So we're just kind of dipping our toes in this level. We have not actually seen XRP here. You can see it a little better on the weekly. We have not actually seen XRP dip very, very low into this level. That will be when Bitcoin finally does surge to new highs. Then XRP finally catches up and boom, that's when we're going to see the move and price explosion for XRP. So also something to be paying attention to. Wanted to thank Mr. HBAR here for posting that. Another one from XRP Crypto Wolf, major Federal Reserve announcement to be made in a few days. So the Fed, they are making an announcement and that could impact the future trajectory of Bitcoin price. How, you may ask? Well, there was a journalist here, Colin Wu. He shared his perspective on the X platform, and he reminded the community that later this week, there is a scheduled FOMC meeting that is going to take place. During this event, the U.S. Federal Reserve will make a fundamental announcement that is likely to impact the future movement of Bitcoin price. So Wu Blockchain, he did post this. Let me just click on that for you guys here. The Federal Reserve FOMC will announce its interest rate decision on March the 20th of this week, and Chairman Jerome Powell will give a speech. Currently, CME shows that the probability of keeping interest rates unchanged is at 99%. In addition, Switzerland, Australia, and the United Kingdom and Japan will also announce interest rate decisions this week. So the probability is that it's going to remain unchanged, 99%, but that could differ just depending on what Chairman Jerome Powell has decided. I'm just going to continue down here. It does say traditionally rate tightening by the Fed impacts the price of risky assets, including Bitcoin, negatively, and rate loss allows for an inflow of funds into Bitcoin, propelling the price higher. So when we do see the rates go down, that would impact the price of Bitcoin to the positive side, but tightening of rates could affect the price negatively. We have still not seen a decision yet from the Fed, but it looks as though, if we are to assume that this 99% probability is suggesting that the rates are going to remain unchanged, Bitcoin price has been skyrocketing. Maybe it's just going to be status quo from here on out, which I think is, quite a likely possibility. Anyway, wanted to thank Wu Blockchain here and XRP Crypto Wolf just for mentioning that. Now, with regards to this SEC case, boy, it's not looking good for the SEC. Meta Lawman here posting this. The judge in the debt box case has issued an 80-page opinion sanctioning the SEC for egregious misconduct in the case. The opinion is devastating to the SEC as an institution and to the particular lawyers who committed the misconduct. So this does not spell anything positive for the SEC in the United States. The judge made it crystal clear that the SEC lawyers did not make an error. They lied intentionally. Boy, that is a bad look for the SEC. And hopefully it has repercussions moving forward. In an opinion that will surely be cited by litigants across the country for years to come, the judge found that the critical evidence the commission offered to obtain the defendant, the ex parte TRO, lacked any basis in fact, yet the commission nonetheless advanced the evidence in deliberately false and misleading ways. The SEC engaged in a gross abuse of power entrusted to it by Congress. The SEC undermined the integrity of the judicial process. The judge has ordered the SEC to pay the attorney's fees of the defendants in the case. This is a sad day. The SEC was once a great institution respected around the globe for its competence and integrity, but no longer. Now it is time for accountability. The judge found that the SEC engaged in a gross abuse of the power entrusted to it by Congress. Will Congress do anything about it at this point? And Meta Lawman here just linked another link here if you guys want to read more. As bad as it gets for the lawyers, here's another quote. Thus, in the opposition, the commission not only exacerbated its misconduct from the TRO hearing by seeking to affirm and reiterate the false statement it had previously made, a statement it knew was false from the time it made it and failed to correct, but it engaged in further misconduct, okay? So just adding salt to the wound by communicating an additional false and misleading statement to the court after being confronted with irrefutable evidence of its error. So doubling down, making mistake upon mistake, and under Gary Gensler, this is just not looking good. This is terrible for the SEC. But anyway, don't know if you guys care or what, but it is going to shape cryptocurrency regulations still, and it's good because these points, every misstep the SEC makes stacks up in our favor when we look at ourselves as crypto enthusiasts. That is not to say that we are off scot-free yet, but at least hopefully we can get some meaningful cryptocurrency regulations in the United States, and we all know how that is going to affect the broader stage for crypto adoption worldwide. Sherry here, also posted this. So some more details. This page says everything we need to know. The commission not only exacerbated its misconduct from the TRO hearing by seeking to affirm and reiterating the false statements it had previously made, a statement it knew was false from the time it made it and failed to correct, but it engaged in further misconduct by communicating, this is what Meta Lawman wrote, an additional false and misleading statement to the court. So I just can't believe the audacity of these guys, doubling down, making false statement upon false statement like a bunch of sociopaths, layers of false statements compound, how troubling the commission's misconduct is. They also demonstrate subjective bad faith. Welsh and the commission demonstrate they knew they had misled the court and were attempting to obfuscate. Welsh knew his statement from the TRO hearing was incorrect. He and the commission attempted to subtly shift the language to gloss over and perpetuate the misconduct. And the judges called them on it. So great news there. Eleanor Turret originally tweeting this out, and wanted to thank Sherry here for posting the actual transcript, the actual page here on that. So this is what's happening, guys, in the United States with regards to cryptocurrency regulation, or at least the body who is looking to regulate cryptocurrencies. I happened to see this, and originally I thought this was the real Rosie Rios account, but it is not. I just wanted to preface that. This is an imposter, but the content is positive. I mean, if this was actually coming from Rosie Rios, that would be a whole different story. Think about this for a second. ISO 20022, okay, a concerted effort to thrust XRP into the forefront of international finance. Reread that. ISO 20022 will allow XRP to operate alongside every major currency in their CBDC form, as it will perform as a bridge for their cross-border transactions. That is very, very difficult to debate. So much to suggest that XRP is going to be the cryptocurrency, or at least one of a handful that is going to move all the money around the world. So Ripple's CBDC private ledgers, this has been a big point for Ripple. They've been working with different countries to create central bank digital currencies, and those are going to be issued on the XRP ledger. So Ripple's CBDC private ledger, which is built for issuing currencies, uses the same technology that has powered the ledger for its digital currency XRP. And we know, as to the mechanisms needed for various CBDCs to interact, Ripple has advocated for the use of its cryptocurrency XRP as a bridge or a vehicle to efficiently move from the value from one CBDC to another in a frictionless manner. So, this is not anything new, but I did want to reiterate this for the next point I'm going to make. Now, Ripple's move into ISO 20022 is not just a sales pitch. It is a concerted effort to thrust their token XRP to the forefront of international finance. One of the key points of Ripple's blockchain is on-demand liquidity. They provide a token whereby one can achieve nearly instant settlements by using their token as the middleman between transactions. If you guys didn't catch the video I did yesterday, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Brad Garlinghouse from that summit in Korea. I think it was 2018. So 6 years ago now. But he was saying, Ripple is poised to make XRP that bridge currency, that world reserve currency that some people were doubting. Some people were poo-pooing this idea that, well, how can we really do this? But Ripple said it back in 2018. I'm sure at that point their thoughts on how this was going to go were very, very different than they are today. And, maybe they're seeing it in a more, realistic way where there isn't going to be just one cryptocurrency to rule them all. However, that's not to say that they're not going to get a huge piece of the pie. Ripple is the one to watch here as the new global system does roll out. So despite the fact that this is a fake Rosie Rios account, I wanted to thank this imposter Rosie Rios just for mentioning that, because Ripple is on this trajectory, guys. And, we're seeing it even today in 2024. This was a clip from the Digital Asset Summit 2024, courtesy of Subjective Views. The next massive paradigm shift is TradeFi or TradFi, interacting blockchain. I don't know why they pronounce it TradFi. It should be TradeFi. Ripple's Marcus Infanger. Okay, he was at the Digital Asset Summit 2024, and here's what he had to say.
So for starters, Ripple has been pretty transparent. We continue to be, and obviously as a leader in the space, I recommend following us to keep abreast of what's happening with crypto and payments. Separately, I think we're at the start of a really, the next massive sort of paradigm shift in terms of TradFi, interacting with blockchain. I think, the crypto sort of like speculative or as an asset investment class use case, that's reached critical mass. And now we're really getting to a point where we're talking more about real world utility, powering financial market infrastructure using blockchain technology. And so as we drive this convergence further, I think you will be just seeing also more what's real, what's happening in the real economy using blockchain technology, and so forth.
So real use cases using blockchain technology in the real world for finance, these applications, TradeFi interaction, or TradFi, I guess as some people want to describe it. But it is a massive paradigm shift, okay? This is what Marcus Infanger said. Is it Marcus Infanger? Fanger? Anyway, it is a massive paradigm shift, guys. And this is a key point I wanted to hit home. So in this same panel, okay, nothing will send this market to Jupiter like stablecoin regulations. Another clip here, courtesy of Subjective Views. And this is Anil Hansji, okay? Stablecoins in aggregate are only 10% of the market cap, but 70% of volume. Let me play you guys this.
Around which platform / rail / asset becomes the one?
I don't think there'll be only one. But it's very clear that, for me, the direction of travel, the stable coins, and I do think that using XRP and the Ripple network has very strong use cases as well. Arguably, XRP is a type of stable coin in itself as well. So the reason I'm excited about that, stablecoins in general, is because they fulfill, for me, the two most important characteristics. One is the stability, hence the name, of money, and the other is the efficiency of transfer of money. And the stability you get from the design of the stablecoin. Not all stablecoins are designed appropriately, and certainly those that will be used for real-world payments, they will encumber regulators who will want to understand the notion of singularity of money, i.e. can it be transferred one-to-one, and that will depend on what are the backing assets, etc. But nonetheless, they have the capabilities of being stable. And then the other aspect is the efficient transfer. Efficiency comes not only from the blockchain aspects that we've spoken about before in terms of settlement times and gas costs and things like that, but also because of liquidity, right? I mean, you need the liquid stablecoin out there. That's where payments and capital markets come together to provide that liquidity. But it also means that you do need on and off ramps to function beautifully. It means that you need various use cases that keep that volume of the stablecoin moving in the market. It is very telling that stablecoins in aggregate are only something like 10% of the market cap of crypto, but 70% of volume. And for me, that means that they are flowing around the system, not just to support capital markets payments, but also to support these type of real-world payments that we've spoken about before. So I'm a big bull on that, and I think regulation is going the right direction.
So regulation going in the right direction, and notice how he too even considers XRP a stablecoin. Now, who is this guy? Anil Hansji, I found him here. He's a general partner at Fabric Ventures. This company was founded in 2012. Fabric Ventures is a venture capital investment firm based in Luxembourg. The firm prefers to invest in companies operating in the financial services, information technology, blockchain, cryptocurrency, SaaS, business-to-business payments technology, media, and telecommunications and fintech sectors. So he's well versed in the world that Ripple operates in. Anil Hansji here is also a former JP Morgan and Chase executive, guys, and also worked for UBS as a senior systems engineer. Also was the head of PayPal Ventures in Europe from 2016 to 2021. So he sees this space maturing. He sees the XRP token as being a stablecoin that will, in fact, benefit from the liquidity of the market. Could this mean, guys, that we will see the real-world utility kick in at the height of the market as the market cap rises to 3, 5, 7, $10 trillion? More liquidity is going to enter. And will that help boost cryptocurrencies like XRP become more stable and act as a stablecoin? The World Bank said it. And now former JP Morgan Chase executive Anil Hansji is also saying it too at the Digital Asset Summit 2024. I don't know, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.